Hi guys, I'm going to review the video called The Worst Diet by Cody. I got the guy from the video into raw meat, so I might as well review the response to it.
You know, I've been kind of thinking about going plant-based recently, and it's not
Idiot.
because I think it'll be better for my health or, better for the environment or anything stupid like that. It's because of this video. This one video. I would go plant-based entirely because of this. I hate this video. It's one of the worst videos I've ever seen in my entire life. I hate that.
How can you hate a video? That already shows that there's something mentally wrong with you. Of course, it just means that you're close-minded because a topic triggers you so much that you hate it.
I'm showing it to you. Also, in fact, I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry. Turn it off. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Don't watch it. Do it, unless you're scared. This is a guy that just eats raw meat. It's a human man that just eats raw meat. That's it. That's his diet. This is the guy Joe Rogan wishes he was.
Okay, that's basically all that we eat in nature anyway. As do other carnivorous animals. What exactly is wrong about it? What do you hate about it?
But he's just not man enough. Let's take a look. No, let's not. Let's just do it. No. Let's do it. Let's take a look. Actually, you know what? I just watched the beginning again, and before I show this to you, I really think I'm gonna have to use a lot of blur here because of how truly grotesque this is. You know, this isn't even like, I don't want the vegans to get mad. This is like gross. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
All that it means is that you're a weak sissy. That's it. You're completely removed from nature. What a loser.
Right off the bat. I'm blurring it so you can't. Maybe we'll keep this part unblurred right there. The little ground beef with an egg cracked in the middle. The most.
You're so pathetic. You're not even a man. Oh my god.
Insane meal of all time. But you can't see the main thing that he's eating. It's like some type of. It's just like.
It's like, oh my god, it's natural food that every human eats in nature. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
Fucking so bad. He's just going to town on this. Like ribs or something like that, like it's a piece of fried chicken, but it's just raw meat. I'm not talking beef tartare. This guy is eating it off the skeleton like an animal.
What's the difference if it's beef tartare or not, if it's prepared and served in a restaurant? What's the difference?
For the past 2 years, I've been eating raw meat, raw animal products, and I have never felt better. I eat anywhere from half a pound to maybe 2 pounds of meat in a day.
You look great, man. Maybe take a shower.
If I'm eating meat that day, sometimes...
Okay, I thought that he would say something like that. And yes, I agree, the guy doesn't look exactly healthy. His skin, for example, is super pale. But I don't know his background also. Maybe he used to be vegan or something like that. We all don't know that. Maybe he's just recovering from it because a lot of people who start eating raw meat are ex-vegans, by the way.
I know you're not gonna blend that. You fucker. You fucker. I'm crying. What are you making? A meat shake? I hate this. Why would you make a meat shake? It's so cursed.
I just live on...
It's not common if you eat this diet, so to speak. If you eat a natural diet, obviously to use some kind of blender. I've never done that in my whole life. Also, it's weird. It's not common, so don't judge him for that because he's not following what most people eat when they eat raw meat.
Eggs, raw milk, and honey, honestly. I've always been interested in diet because I've had health issues with eczema and joint pains, things everybody experiences. And through my research and experimentation...
I can't. Oh, God. You're saying this cured your health problems? Really? Really? How do you not have scurvy or some other 18th century...
Okay, scurvy is an amino acid deficiency. I made a video about it. I'll link it if anybody is interested. If he's implying that he's missing vitamin C, even if you believe that that's what causes scurvy, which is not true, then it's also nonsense because all meat has vitamin C.
How do you not have, like, the bubonic plague from this? You should be dead, actually, probably.
How does that make any sense? How stupid are you? Then every animal who eats meat would have that.
You should be dead. Eating this much raw meat, you see that? He's eating a blender full of a meat shake. He should be dead.
How does somebody as dumb as you even tie your shoes?
You know, I used to have all these crazy health problems, and now I still have all of those, plus salmonella every month or two, which keeps me thin.
I haven't found anything that works quite as good as a raw diet.
I'm gonna have to blur that, but I could describe it. It was like a piece of, just like a string of ground beef or something like that was like hanging off his lip, and then he just sucked it into the... Why am I doing this? I'm quitting YouTube.
So I'm gonna make one of my favorite things here. This is an organ shake. Got some fresh lamb liver and lamb kidneys here. And we're gonna start off by blenderizing the meats. So we're gonna put our liver in here.
You should chew your food because that's what starts digestion and releases the digestive juices in your stomach. He is absolutely doing it wrong. He should just be eating it as we should naturally. That's why we have teeth.
What kind of satanic cooking channel am I watching right now? Why did I eat right before filming this video? What is this? The Food Network for literal lions? Why are you listing the ingredients like we're gonna make...
Okay, so lions and their diet are satanic now. It's not you who promotes a completely unnatural lifestyle. No.
this. Nobody's following along.
I mean, this guy is a definition of a slave. This is exactly how the people in power want you to be. They want you to see it as satanic. This is the perfect example. What a freaking brainwashed slave.
Right now at home, I can tell you that for sure. Nobody is like, wait, what did he say? How many lamb kidneys do we need?
And that red stuff is actually hemoglobin. It's not blood, technically.
Good point. A lot of people confuse that.
Juices from the liver. Eating raw meat has many benefits. Firstly, when you expose meat to heat, the cooking temperatures that we're all accustomed to, it degrades and denurtures the meat.
It also kills bacteria, you know? Something that we've been doing for centuries, cooking things for that exact reason. This isn't like a new concept.
Right. People used to even know about bacteria, right? That's a completely new thing, and there has of course never been any proof that bacteria causes any kind of disease or anything even close to that. Another video that I will link if you're curious about this topic.
You think you're the one, after hundreds and hundreds of years of humans cooking meat over a fire, you think you're the one that figured out the right way to eat meat? You don't think it would have been like the cavemen, for example, for whom building a fire was probably really inconvenient and a hard...
The only reason people used to make fires was for heat, obviously. Nobody cooked their meat.
Process, so they probably would have eaten raw woolly mammoth if they didn't think it was gross as shit. Maybe I'm being too hard.
That's all that they did.
I mean, we eat raw fish. I'll eat some beef.
Of course you're hard on him because you're incredibly close-minded. You're unbearable to be around in real life, I bet.
Beef tartare every once in a while, but that's different. This guy's like, he's making a fucking meat shake. This is the worst thing ever made in a blender. Also, he's talking about how cooking degrades the meat as he's literally blending it into a liquid. How can you degrade something much more than that?
It's got nice consistency.
You would destroy some nutrients with that for sure, also because it's so fast, but it's not comparable to cooking, which literally destroys, because that's all that he does. It destroys everything, obviously also nutrients.
Similar to like a thick chocolate milk. Sweet creamy taste because of the milk, the honey, and the eggs. Really does a good job masking what you may think is like the unpleasant organ taste or whatever. But this is a great way to...
Yeah, this is why you should of course not listen to this guy. He blends up the food also because he doesn't actually want to eat them. Maybe the organs that he eats are not good. For example, yesterday I ate some veal liver. Perfectly sweet taste. Nobody would ever think about blending it. You would never want to mask the taste because it's so good. Yeah.
Get your meat and your organs, especially if you have a hard time just eating them on their own.
Yeah, especially if you have a hard time doing that because you're a human and not a hyena. He also said it helps mask what you might think is...
There's absolutely nothing wrong with the taste of organs, as long as it comes from healthy animals. Nothing at all. They taste very good.
The unpleasant organ taste. Yeah, I'm not, like, gnawing on raw organs. That should taste bad, probably. It should be unpleasant. That means it's probably
just ignorant.
Not good for you. Okay, so we've gotten this far in the video. Now you're probably thinking, hey, how could this get grosser? I'm sure that's probably what you're thinking right now, right? You're thinking, how could this get way worse? This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life, but what if we let the meat rot in a jar for 2 months and then he ate it? What about that? Yep. Yeah, he does that too, so let's check that out.
I'm going to eat some fermented liver, which is basically just rotten liver that's been sitting in a jar for a couple months.
No, I'm sorry.
Right, so this is the,
So I get how this sounds like, but you could actually serve this in a fancy restaurant in New York City, and people would pay top dollar for it because actually, when you do it right and the liver is good, it tastes incredibly good. Incredibly. It's like wine, chocolate, fermented, sour. Everybody would like it, including this guy. If he didn't know what he was eating and somebody served it, absolutely.
fermented liver, otherwise known as high meat. It's very easy to make. All you need is a clean jar and about, half a pound to a pound of fresh liver or any other meat you would like to use. However, liver is the most palatable that there is. And what you do is you chop the meat up finely in 1-inch cubes or so.
And then you fucking throw it out. You throw it out and you take a shower and you take off that purple shirt and you eat a carrot. Ugh.
Every 3 to 4 days, you're going to want to take your jars outside and then you just simply air them out.
Oh, I can smell that from here. I can smell that from here. God, that just looks like swamp mud. It looks like clay from the bottom of...
It doesn't look good, and I wouldn't be surprised if that high meat actually doesn't even taste good. But for him to act and say that he can smell it from there and that he can imagine how it is and everything is just ignorance once again.
Fucking lake. It sucks.
When you eat high meat, you're ingesting a lot of bacteria, a lot of good bacteria for your body. And when it gets to your stomach, all those bacteria mingle and coalesce, and they release serotonin and dopamine.
So what, you're saying you get high off this? That's why you do this? It's called high meat because you get a high. Just smoke weed. Or do one of the other 100 drugs.
What the guy says is true, and of course, smoking weed is incredibly toxic and unhealthy. Again, what is this guy saying? Jesus. Promoting drugs already. Yeah.
Drugs that you can do recreationally. You don't need to ferment liver to get high. You could just do Molly. You want some serotonin? There's a whole bunch in that, packed full of it.
Seen as very weird and barbaric, probably, but it's a natural human diet. Humans are designed to eat raw meat. I know through my experience of eating raw meat for 2 years, as well as talking to dozens of other people who have a similar raw meat diet.
Wow, did you hear that? Dozens of people. You know, I didn't think anyone else did this, but apparently there are dozens of other people that do that. Out of all the people in the world, there are dozens.
There's thousands upon thousands of people who eat raw meat.
There are tens of dozens of people that do this diet, so it must not be crazy. Man, you thought vegan people were annoying? Just wait till this trend actually catches on, and it's just a bunch of, TikTok morning routine guys just bragging about eating buffalo kidneys.
It won't catch on because, unlike veganism, it's not promoted by the government. That's the only reason why veganism is popular and people even think about plant-based diets, same as you, because it's backed up by billionaires. Raw meat, which makes people healthy, is obviously not backed up by anybody because Big Pharma would lose money.
4 a.m. every morning before their cold shower. That would be annoying. It might actually be catching on, though, because here's another guy that does it.
Never felt healthier. This is a ram's testicle from a 3-year-old ram. Has a more salty taste. It's not like red meat, it's more of like a seafood almost.
Of course, yeah, more of a seafoody flavor. I would see that and think that it's not food. Also, who has a fridge like this, man? You and serial killers, that's it. These dudes have to smell like shit, right? Like, how is there not like a...
I've met Derek twice. I also was there, and the fridge is actually very handy. It can store a lot of meat. He dries it there. And Derek looks super healthy in real life.
Thin layer of just meat sweat glistening on their skin all day, every day.
I hope to eat the raw meat diet for the rest of my life. No, I mean, I've invested 10 years in it, and now I'm really curious to see, how far I can push it. Say if I could live to be 80 years old.
See if I could start eating some human. Fuck it. Yeah, I might push it all the way there. Let's see. Raw human. The forbidden meat. See if I can do that too. All right, guys, that's it for this. I'm going to go pee.
It's messed up to even in any way try to connect it to cannibalism.
You can quit YouTube. Thanks, it's been real. Like this video because this is my last one ever. Bye.
Yeah, okay, what he said at the end is basically the same as saying because a wolf eats raw meat, it means that the wolf will start eating other wolves just because of that. And hey, that may happen in certain circumstances, but it's not the case usually. They're gonna obviously hunt animals that are prey, right? Anyway, really crazy that people like this even exist, but at the same time, this guy, of course, has a lot of followers because most people are, of course, retarded, and he is quite mentally ill, obviously, and ignorant to a point where I don't even understand really how he gets by in life, but it works because there's other people like that, and then, of course, they all bathe in their own misery, ignorance, talking about our natural diet, how crazy it is, while suffering from so many health conditions. They won't ever even realize that it had anything to do with their diet. People don't even realize that almost every health condition that they have is because of their diet. They will go take their you-know-what and all the medicine and just try to live on and then die in their 60s, 70s. This guy may go plant-based, not even realizing that plants don't have over 50 nutrients. But of course, he will never look into it. Most people don't. They just blindly do whatever the government says. Bravo. Thanks for watching.